throwing the NFL talent all over the field. And this dude right here, he could be the next first-round pick at the wide receiver position from Bama.
Took just one play, and they got it almost to midfield. First down from the 49. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. It's Milroe. He's got his man. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Lets it slip right through his hands, and it'll be 4th down after the rare drop from this dude.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
It's 4th and 8, and never a hesitation. They'll go for it. Quarterback checking off. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Makes a grab enough for the first. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now, a fresh set of downs.
Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. They'll try to get on the same page this time. 2nd and 10 from the 31. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Misfired on 1st down, back to the air on 2nd. That pass is incomplete.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
They were really starting to put a drive together. After a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. Looking downfield, it's Milroe. He slings it deep to the left. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Wide out in motion. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Complete and looking for enough for the 1st down. The defense burns their 3rd and final timeout of the half. They'd hoped to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
No hesitation from this head coach. He will go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll go with a direct snap. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama! The AT unit on the field. Right down the boulevard. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. He'll bring it out. It's Horn. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
You just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
They've got them penned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Line gets set, first down. Looking to pass, it's Sanders. Quarterback floating away from pressure. He finds his man. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are. And they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Trying to get to it. Laundry down on the field as the pass is incomplete, but let's see what the penalty is. He just lost track of where he was on the field. Entire body past the line of scrimmage. Illegal forward pass, and they will back him up. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They're trying to get to it. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And that's a play on third down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback, giving a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down? That's going to do it here in the first half. Everybody stick with us. We'll head to halftime. And the Buffaloes will kick it off to start the second half. No return coming. He'll call for... comes onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Paul? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
And nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Quarterback will audible. The back goes in motion. Dropping back, it's Milroe. Looking for a huge play. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
Offenses know and work on it all week. Third downs. We got to be really, really good. This offense not good on this third down. It could come back to bite them.
This is hardly a surprise. After converting their first two fourth down attempts, they'll try it again. Motion from the offense. On fourth down, going to the air. Got it past the marker. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. He can just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
It's a really nice looking throw. This dude is a weapon in this offense at the quarterback position. It's so funny, you know, I think back to guys like Greg McElroy and A.J. McCarron, guys that may or may not have unfairly been tabbed as game managers. And then you think of Jalen Hurts, Tua, and Bryce Young in recent years, and just how dynamic and versatile these guys were at the position and how they've really helped take this offense to the next level. Watching this guy reminds me a little bit of that.
Alabama comes to the line with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Knocked down after a gain of one. They'll mark it at the 6. Defense trying to come up with a stop on second and goal. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On the option. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. After this long of a drive, you have to cap it off with a touchdown, and here comes third and goal. And oh no, he loses the ball at the end of the run.
And once you get in the second half of a tie football game, you cannot waste these opportunities. You've got to put points on the board. You've got to take care of the football when you start to get in the red zone.
And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. The hand to the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around and make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense, creating the tackle for a loss on first down.
The RPO, it's complete. And he's still running after the move. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes a stop. You can work your way down the field with these wide receiver screens, but also look for the opportunity to turn them into chunk plays later.
No doubt, you throw it quickly. You get it to him now. DB comes up, has to make a tackle. Now you fake it maybe a little bit later on. So these plays, they're not huge plays all the time, but they can set up big plays down the road for your offense.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
And now on second down for this offense. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Taking it the other way. He's at the 20. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. What about the speed of that defender on the return?
He's showing you, Reese, like, listen, it's not just wide receivers that can do that. I can take this thing to the house. I got some moves. Watch this. Unbelievable job flipping the field. Offense about to score. Defense makes the huge plays and gets points out of it.
And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. The Buffaloes want to pick up the tempo. Timeout called here by the defense is the first one they've used this half. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. This offense has a second down play. To the air, it's Sanders. He's right on target. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of them. Big play coming on third and long. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. And the Buffaloes come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll throw it on first down.
You got to keep drives alive late in the game. When you're starting to get in the fourth quarter and it's a one-score game, you got to do whatever you can as that quarterback to scramble around, get extra plays, extra first downs. Really nice job there by the QB.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. He's going to pass. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. He caught it. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. And a big opportunity for this offense to tie the game up in the 4th with a touchdown. He's looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffaloes.
Number 5. In the end zone.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the 4th.
That ties the game at 21 apiece.
We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the 4th quarter and about to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Adams. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes that Alabama offense. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. Back to pass, it's Milroe. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete. Direct snap. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. The clock has stopped as we have reached the 2-minute warning here in the ballgame. Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's 3rd and short. Fast motion from the offense. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Caught in the backfield, it's Prentice. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding this receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit the coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Looks like Alabama will pick up the first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Now the offense has its shot to keep this game from going into overtime. The jet sweep pass. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. Now facing a 3rd and long. We've got a timeout on the field, and we are set up for a terrific finish. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Looking for a man, it's Milroe. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
And he missed it. No good. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. So here it is, plenty of time to go and an opportunity to move the ball down the field and win it, David.
Yeah, and you rep this every single week. The 2-minute drill, you got to be precise. You know exactly what your favorite plays are, Palmer. Go down the field, get me in field goal range.
And it comes down to the awareness, right? Especially at the quarterback position. You're understanding the timeout situation, working the boundary and the sideline. What's the clock showing me? It all comes down to this.
He'll set up to throw. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. On 2nd down, he'll fire. He's got the back in the middle. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
Nice job by the running back there on that angle route against zone coverage. He wasn't in a hurry. He was able to sort of find the soft spot in the defense and just gear down, make himself an easy target.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Looking to throw at Sanders. Throwing right. It's caught. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down.
At the 14-yard line. 1st down for the offense.
This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver.
Really good job by the defense taking away the deep ball. Remember, you can roll those corners up, or you can roll those corners back. If you want to take away the deep ball, keep them back deep. You want to take away the shallow stuff, bring them up tight on the line of scrimmage.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. Unloads it left. Touchdown, Buffs! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
And that is exactly what you want from this offense. Take almost all the clock, execute, and now go out and take a lead by a touchdown. Great, flawless execution by this offense.
The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Just about set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Adams. He'll be stopped right there, desperately tried to stay on his feet, pull out a little heroic move, but that's going to do it as this game is over. You're going to hear guys after this game say, got to work harder, got to be more intense. You know, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. And it seemed to be that's what happened out there today.
Yeah, just never really got into a rhythm for this team. There's no doubt they've got a lot of very talented players on both sides of the ball. So, David, I don't think this is a situation where they need to now freak out and try to reinvent things on either side of the football. Just being in better rhythm early and trying to find that in their next game, I think, would go a long way.
Yeah, and it's just finding a couple of those plays. What do I do really, really well? Let's continue to build on that. Let's take away these negative plays. Let's take away these turnovers. How do we create more turnovers? I think that rhythm you're talking about, Jesse, finding those things that I do well, building on them, and doing more of them.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.